In today's professional video, I say something incredibly ironic right before it happens.
Out of all the years I've been riding dirt, wow.
Yes, I can still edit Get Wrecked, mate.
Can we do more kazoos?
Wow, that intro was pretty gonzo. Just so y'all know, that was not towards Dan or Jake. Anyways, let's talk about why I don't use the clutch half the time and why I don't give two shits about it.
Dirt bike gearboxes, no matter what dirt bike, are constant mesh. Constant mesh means they're constantly meshed together. So like I was saying, the gears, they have splines on them. And a constant mesh means they are constantly meshed together. They don't change, right? They're always together, and the way it works is you have dogs that slide in and out on shift forks. So all these gears are in a line. You got your input shaft, your output shaft, and all these gears are aligned, and all the gears are constantly meshed together. And the way it changes is it changes the dogs on the gears, on the shafts, to get the different gear ratios.
So yeah, I just realized that the wind noise in this video is just way too bad, so I figured I'd just voice over the rest of it. Long story short, I was talking about how the dogs move in and out with the shift forks, and if you're going to damage anything, you're going to damage a shift fork more than likely. And the main problem with shifting without the clutch is torque, how much load you actually have the engine on. Too much torque, one way or the other, whether you're accelerating or deaccelerating, will cause the dogs to jam in together, if you will, and you will wear the ends of the dogs down a little bit. However, it's actually a technique that motocrossers use.
If you ride motocross or supercross, downshifting while you're in the air without the clutch is actually a technique they do to get themselves set up for the next turn. So basically, instead of having to hammer on the brakes, I mean, they still hammer on the brakes, but watch, you get a little bit of engine braking before you get to the next turn. So it's actually a technique, shifting down while you're in the air without the clutch so that you get that braking.
Now, when you're riding woods or enduro, you really won't be using these techniques so much because you're not trying to squeeze every bit of speed and out of every bit of obstacle. A lot of times you'll see this at the start of a GNCC or a hare scramble. They'll smash some gears, man. They'll just be on it, not let out, and just smash the gears, and that's because they're trying to get out front. But, you know, in the woods, you don't really see that technique used a lot.
Shifted without the clutch. I temporarily let off the gas. It's slower doing it that way than if you were to slightly disengage the clutch. And that's another thing that I see people talk about is, oh, this clutch is magical. It magically unloads the entire transmission so you can shift safer. Did you know when you pull in that clutch, your main shaft and your output shaft are still frickin' spinning because of the rotational mass? It doesn't matter. They'll still spin. If you're at neutral and you're standing still, the clutch plates themselves don't completely 100% disengage. They just reduce the torque load on the main shaft. I mean, exponentially, yes, but they reduce the torque on the main shaft. So that's the technical aspect of it.
Will it cause more damage in the long run if you don't use the clutch half the time? Yes, it will, but honestly, you're really not causing all of that much damage unless you've got a 60 horsepower bike and you're just thrashing the living hell out of it day in and day out. I don't think you're going to blow up a modern day dirt bike transmission. Now, if your dirt bike is older, it's very possible that you could blow it up by, you know, maybe it's wore out and that little bit that you just did threw it over the edge, you know, kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. That's very possible. But a newer modern day transmission that's in good shape, I really don't think you're going to do any damage to it at all, honestly. Not in the short term, at least. Maybe in the long term, maybe after 5-7 years of doing it, but in the short time, doubt it. Me personally, it's a dirt bike. They're not complicated at all. If I blow up my dirt bike, I'm just going to fix it. So I'm going to continue to do it. A lot of times what I'll do is I will downshift without using the clutch. I don't really upshift much without using the clutch. I downshift to set myself up for the next obstacle or hill. So for instance, if I'm coming around a turn and I want to slide the rear end out and then go up a hill, but I want to be down a gear to go up the hill, maybe I'll just kick it down right in the middle of the turn to get the back end out, slide a little bit, and then I'll hammer on it on the gas. You know, it's a technique that I use, and I'm going to continue to use it, and I don't care. Anyways, later.
Hey Steve, if you're watching this